22. What's happened here? What happened here? Krishna Chaitanya. How did you do that? Hai arreglato. Alguien lo dañó ayer. ¿Sí? Sí, ayer estaba funcionando. Oh, careful. It's okay. You will fall. Shri Guru Charana Kamba Bhajamana. Shri Guru Charana Kamba Bhajamana. Guru Kripa Pina Naikoi Chadana Bala Bhajamana. Baba Prema Dina Prakashata Shri Guru Bhakti Baba Prema Dina Prakashata Shri Guru Bravo Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivastava Gauravasta Guruna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Bravo Nityananda, Shri Advaita Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivastava Gauravasta Guruna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Vaishnava Linda ki jai. So what will be the message today? Radhesham, you can open the page. Special message for Chopron and us. You open anywhere.
Yeah.
This will be our message of today. Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. The activities of Maharaj Agnidana. This is from the 5th canto, chapter 2, text number 8 and 9. Talking here. I have to read the verses before to understand it. Understanding King Agni-Dara's desire, the first and most powerful created being in the universe, Lord Brahma, selected the best of the dancing girls in his assembly, whose name was Purvachiti, and sent her to the king. That's going to be tough. The Apsara sent by Lord Brahma began strolling in a beautiful park near the palace where the king was meditating and worshipping. The park was beautiful because of its dense green foliage and golden creepers. There were parts of varied birds such as peacocks, and in a lake there were ducks and swans, all vibrating very sweet sounds. Thus the park was magnificently beautiful because of the foliage, the clear water, the lotus flowers, and the sweet singing, and various kinds of birds. So here the Bhagavatam gives us an idea what beauty means. Beauty means green and many flowers and many trees. It also means chirping birds of all kinds of variety, like peacocks. It also means clean waters with fish in it. As Purvachiti passed by on the road in a beautiful style and mood of her own, the pleasing ornaments on her ankles tingled with her every step. Also Prince Agni-Dara was controlling his senses, practicing yoga with half-open eyes. He could see her with her lotus-like eyes, and when he heard the sweet tinkling of her bangles, he opened his eyes slightly more and could see that she was just nearby. Like a honeybee, the Apsara smelled the beautiful and creative flowers. She could attract the mind and vision of both humans and demigods by her playful movements, her shyness and humility, her glances, the very pleasing sounds that poured from her mouth as she spoke, and the motion of her limbs. But all these qualities, by all these qualities, she opened for Cupid, who bears the arrows of flowers, a path of oral reception into the mind of man. When she spoke, nectar seemed to flow from her mouth, as she breathed, the bees, mad for the taste of her breath, tried to hover about her beautiful lotus-like eyes. Disturbed by the bees, she tried to move hastily. But as she raised her feet to walk quickly, her hair, the belt on her hips, and her breasts, which were like water jugs, also moved in a way that made her extremely beautiful and attractive. Indeed, she seemed to be making a path for the entrance of Cupid, who is most powerful. Therefore, the prince, completely subdued by seeing her, spoke to her as follows. Sounds familiar? Does it sound familiar? Never happened to you? So what the prince said. The prince mistakenly addressed the Apsara. O best of saintly persons, who are you? Why are you on this hill? And what do you want to do? Are you one of the illusory potencies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? You seem to be carrying two bows without strings. That's the bows without strings. What is the reason you carry these bows? Is it for sense purpose? Is it for some purpose of yours own, or for the sake of a friend? Perhaps you can carry them to kill the mad animals in the forest? So, now comes Srila Prabhupada's purport. While undergoing severe penance in the forest, Agnidra was captivated by the movements of Purvachiti, the girl sent by Lord Brahma. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Kamaistaistaye Ritatyana, when one becomes lusty, he loses his intelligence. Therefore, Agnidan, having lost his intelligence, could not distinguish whether Purvachiti was male or female. Oh, Krishna. He mistook her for a Muniputra, the son of saintly persons in the forest, and addressed her as Muniputra, as Muni Varya, because of her personal beauty. However, he could not believe her to be a boy. He therefore began studying her features. First he saw the two eyebrows, which were so expressive that he wondered whether he or she might be the Maya of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The words used in this connection are Bhagavat Pada Devashaya. Devashaya, the demigods, all belong to the material world, whereas Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is always beyond the material world and is therefore known as Paradevata. The material world is certainly created by Maya, but it is created under the direction of Paradevata, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Maya dakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. Maya is the as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Maya dakshini prakriti suyate sacharacharam. Maya is not the ultimate authority for the creation of the material world. Maya acts on behalf of Krishna. That's a very important thing here. Yes, there's thousands of Mayas, thousands of seductions, but all of them are created by Krishna. Krishna is behind everything. He's testing you. A beautiful woman, she says, the eyebrows are like arches, and they can shoot arrows just by doing like this. Just shooting arrows, bing, 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 and can capture you. And Maya wants to capture you, like Srila Harijan Maharaj used to say, that Maya, you can win against Maya by points. Like in the boxing, you get points. But if Maya wants, she just does a bing, one knockout. You have no chance. So this is the powerful Maya of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But it is God who has made that. That's what the Bhagavatam says, that's what Srila Prabhupada explained. God himself has created this to see, do you want me or you want Maya? I mean, how many beautiful women? Millions. Millions of beautiful women are there. And for the women, they think man is a very handsome guy. Oh yes, he looks very good. So, women fall in Maya with man, and man fall in Maya with women. What is surprising about that? Well, it's the will of the Lord. It's actually that women fall in love with man is more strange than men fall in love with women, because man usually looks pretty ugly. But women are designed like by Brahma, or who knows, but they have this elegance, the way they talk, the way they walk, the way they, anything they do, they're very, very charming. And in this way, by their charms, they create the control of Maya. And who can resist it? This is the whole subject of the Vedas. How to resist Maya. Maya's powerful, powerful. Just yesterday, one person called me. She's one of very, very beautiful women. Very beautiful. And her husband, 2 children with her. And she's not only very beautiful, but she's very expert in what she does. Even she helps maintain the economy of the house. She's so expert. And what does an idiot do? He walks off with another girl. You want a beautiful woman, capable and do everything wonderful, still you go into Maya with somebody else? Oh no. Oh no. But and then, what chance is there when Maya is so powerful that with 2 beautiful children and everything, and still you go and become an idiot? So Maya has been created as a very powerful thing. Maya acts on behalf of Krishna. That's the message here. Purvachiti's eyebrows were so beautiful that Agnidra compared them to bows without strings. He therefore asked her whether they were to be used for her for her own purpose, for the sake or the sake of someone else. Her eyebrows were like bows meant to kill animals in the forest. The material world is like a great forest, and its inhabitants are like forest animals, such as deer and tigers, meant to be killed. The killers are the eyebrows of beautiful women, captivated by the beauty of the fair sex. All the men of the world are killed by bows without strings, but cannot see how they are killed by Maya. In effect, it is a fact, however, that they are being killed Bhutva praliyate, by dint of his tapasya. Agnidra could understand how Maya Maya's arts under the direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How Maya acts under the direction. The word pramatan is also significant. Pramatan refers to one who cannot control his senses. The entire material world is being exploited by people who are pramatan, not shamada. Prahlad Maharaj therefore said, Sochetata Vimukha Chetana Indriyadartha Maya Shukaya Param Utsvahitam Vimudate. So small the letters, it's very hard to read. They are rotting of material activities. They are rotting in material activities for transient material pleasures and spoiling their lives, toiling all day and night simply for sense gratification, with no attachment for love to Godhead. I am simply lamenting for them and devising various plans to deliver them from the clutches of Maya. Bhagavatam 7:9. Karma, who is very serious, who act very seriously for sense gratification, are always referred to in the Shastras by such terms as Pramata, Vimukta, Vashuddha. They are killed by Maya, however, one who is apramata, a sane, sober person, a dhira, knows very well that the human being's primarily duty is to render service to the Supreme Person. Maya is always ready to kill those who are pramata with her invisible bows and arrows. Agnitra questioned Purva Purvachiti about this. Wow, and it's very difficult to read the small letters. Oh, Krishna, 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 Krishna. But the message, that is the message. Purvachiti, a most beautiful woman. It's very interesting, no? I mean, in the Bible, it's like the apple, Adam and Eve, no? It's a little bit similar story, no? They're innocent in the spiritual world. They eat the apple of discrimination and of pleasure seeking, and off they go into the material world. So, this is Krishna's plan. Why? Why? What could be the reason that Krishna makes beautiful women so powerful that they can practically kill even sages, even great learned scholars? They get embarrassed completely. Not only that, the people see it. Oh my God, how shameless. Oh, Maya is so powerful. But why? Well, there's two reasons. One reason is Krishna wants to show you this is not the way to go. And the other side, he wants to go, Real love is the medicine out. Because one thing is a fact, beautiful woman can awaken the sex desire, can awaken the lust to a very large degree. But this lust is horrible. Why? Maybe he will have sex with her without even knowing her name. Just for momentarily, I, me, mine, I want to enjoy. Yes, you're so beautiful, and your beauty will be enhanced for me if I can enjoy you. Like sometimes you may see an old rich man, and on his arm is one of those models of beauty queens, no? And you see, what is this? Huh? Of course, he's still lusty and she's interested in the money. It's so obvious, no? So she wants to have a good amount of money, and that guy has the money. So she tolerates. But the most clear idea of how horrible lust is, how it awakens in the mind, the pornographic mind, which produces any kinds of sensual images, but there's no concern, there's no empathy, there's no consideration. Like sex is identical with child. And child is identical with working for the rest of your life, or at least 20 years. So sex means work for a child. I don't want to work for a child, then this is immediately illicit sex. Immediately it is abominable. And you can see that. The people, they want to enjoy without concern for the well-being of the other person. Without being, like it's one thing, I love you, and I want to make sure that you're fine for the rest of your life. Doesn't matter whether you're sick, doesn't matter whether you're growing old, because you know the beauty of youth, it just doesn't stick. It withers away. But Maya is very powerful. The older you become, the bigger the test comes. Because when you're 50 years old, you may consider a 35-year-old woman very beautiful and very charming. But when you're 20 years old, you don't look at 35 years old women or 45. This is already like gone by. Maya is like that. Maya is incredibly powerful and cruel. Lust is cruel. What was that verse that utilized here? We have heard that many times in I don't find it now. But like this flickeringness. My point is against lust is that it doesn't care for the welfare of the other. It's just enjoying. Enjoying. Where, in what enjoyment, in that enjoyment, what is important? My pleasure. It's completely egotistic. That's why prostitution is a kind of rape. Because in prostitution, you have sex with a person who doesn't want to have sex with you. But she wants that money. She needs that money. So for that money which she needs, she's ready to have sex with you. So you're raping her by her emergency for money. And that's when you, after this so-called enjoyment, you may not even know the name of that person. You may not know where she comes from. You may not know what is her emergency. In a moment of sex, you just have some enjoyment, but you don't care whether this person is fine, sick, has children, without father, no? You don't anything and you don't care about it. This is how ugly illicit sex is. It's really ugly. There's nothing good to it, but it's so powerful that with the eyebrows, such a beauty can attack even a person who is practicing spiritual life, even a sage. We always hear that big kings have many women and they have like very unrestricted, horrible lives like that, where there's lots of money, there's lots of sexual degradation. So here it is explained, that is the power of Krishna. The power of Maya is the power of Krishna. But my question is, why? Why Krishna has made this that way? That everybody in this horrible world is affected by it. Young and old. And when they're dying, then they're going to take another birth. Most likely, they are taking the birth of your sense object. Means man, lusty man, they become women. Next lifetime, they say, ooh, what happened? No, I'm a girl. And sometimes people are girls, but they want to be men. And sometimes people are men and they want to be girls. It's so crazy. This whole issue is so crazy. It's like a movie, a kind of a horror movie. Like you exploited girls and the next lifetime, I'm a girl now. And then when you're a girl, then the man comes and wants to exploit you. And of course you want to also defend yourself against that. So maybe you're also trying to exploit men. Oh, God is so terrible. So Krishna has created all that to teach us that lust is not the way anywhere. But lust can be transformed in divine love of devotion to the Lord and falling in love with the Lord, even to the point of becoming God's beloved. What? What? Is this a dream? Or is it what the scriptures tell us? Can you imagine? We are in the land of the gopis of Braj. And the gopis of Braj, they're crazy for Krishna. They give everything to Krishna. Not only the small girls, the ladies also. When Krishna was asking for food, the ladies gave all the food which was meant for the yajna, immediately gave it to Krishna and Balaram. Come, take it, and have a great feast. And when the Brahmins, when their husbands came and they said, okay, it's ready for the offering, they said, nothing to be offered. What do you mean there's nothing to be offered? No, there's nothing. Where is it? Have you not cooked? Yeah, we cooked. And where is it? We gave it to the boys. What? You gave all the food to the boys, which was meant for our big yagya? Yes. And as a matter of fact, we want to stay with them. We don't want to stay with you stupid Brahmins anymore. Then they got scared. Wait. Wait a second, my dear wife. How is it? Well, I love Krishna and I gave him all the food. That's all it is. And I want to stay with Krishna. Because you are a stupid man. You didn't want to give any food to the children, even though they were hungry. Isn't it? And then the man started thinking, oh God, how stupid we are. But we are so lucky to have these good wives. They understood who should be served. We could not understand it. We were just doing, we are Brahmins, we are doing yagya. Boys, don't disturb right now. Come later. Food is later. Couldn't understand that the child's need for food doesn't need any preaching. It needs food. Oh, Krishna. So, the same principle as the women gave the food to Krishna. They're giving everything to Krishna, their body, mind, and soul. And that is what we have to learn. Give everything to Krishna. Not that you want to take. Oh, then Krishna reciprocates, and even we hear the gopis, they have kama rupa. They're going on the path of transcendental lust, which takes them out of this material world like that. So the negative lust can be transformed into transcendental lust by tapasya, you see what I'm talking about? It's not only like a secret of Hinduism, let's say secret of Sanatana Dharma. No. It's the only remedy for the entire creation, for the entire universe, for all the planets, for all the galaxy. They all have the same problem. Just like Srila Sridharaj says, exploitation, indifference, and dedication. So we are into dedication, and dedication means wanting to please Krishna. And if I'm married, that means my pleasing Krishna means I have to please my family, that they will be Krishna conscious. That is my duty. That is my way to Krishna. And if they don't want to know anything about Krishna, then I will have to say, I failed. Maybe now I can just go and become a full-time devotee because I failed in this human duty of making my children Krishna conscious. That's painful. Very painful, because it means you leave your wife and children back in the samsara of repeated births and deaths. And you're saying, sorry, I'm no more responsible for you guys. If you want, you can follow me. You can be inspired by me, but don't touch the paintings. Don't lean on the wall. Vishnu, don't you see there's a painting behind you? Cannot lean on it. This wall is not for leaning. Sit straight, don't lean on the wall. You also not. So, it's an amazing, I mean, this shloka is like a punching, you know? Going right into the mandibula, into the face. Dang! And you go. I'm finished. Why? Because this potential of Maya's, Krishna's Maya potency, if you don't surrender, he's going to get you. Maya's going to get you. Again and again and again. Samsara dava nalalida loka. And you know, the other day, I always was thinking that snakes were kind of very cold living beings. I could not imagine until I saw a movie of two snakes having sex. My God, how much they were into it, going and entwining themselves, you know, snake, you know. How is snake? You cannot even hug, you know. Huh? And they make it, all their twisting and bending capacity, and they were into it, enjoying each other. So, you can become a snake also. A crocodile has sex. I mean, all this, that's where the pleasure of this material world. I mean, if you want to have really sex, then you become a frog. The frog, he sits on the she-frog for hours and hours and hours, and the outcome of the sex are maybe 20,000 kids. You human being, you silly fool, you have so much trouble to have sex, and then one child, maybe twins. Wow. And that whole thing took 5 minutes. 5 minutes of pleasure. And now you got twins and you got to work hard for the rest of your life. You see, if you want to enjoy, the material world has every pleasure for you in every quantity you want. But be careful. Because while the frog is saying, quack, I'm so happy with you, quack, the snake is also coming, oh, my dinner is calling me. Huh? You know, snake, when they take the frog, they eat the frog alive. You are already half in the snake and you go, hey, 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 my wife, my children. And the frog is, and the snake is pulling you in. It's a bye-bye world. I'm going to be in the belly of a snake. So that is the, you could say, king of sense gratification and family life, the frog. All he is going to be eaten by a snake, and that's it. So, you know, Srila Prabhupada, him and his purpose, or let's say, their Srimad Bhagavatam, the Lord himself, he's explaining, hey, you want to know what it's all about? Here. He was meditating, Prachinagi. He was a prince, he was meditating. But Brahma said, let's check it out. Let's check out how strong of a sadhu he is. That's not the only story in the Bhagavatam. There's many stories. Vishwamitra and Menaka, Saubhari Muni, and the fishes who were having sex underwater. So the whole world is turning around it. I again make my point. If you want to understand how ugly sex is, you have to understand that sex is not caring for the other person. What they call falling in love, like Harijan Maharaj used to say, de la luna de miel a la luna de hiel. Oh yes, oh, I'm so happy, I'm so happy. Oh, I have somebody who lies down with me in bed. I can enjoy, oh. And then 3 months later, she wants to lie down again, I'm tired. Huh? It's the same old story, same old person. Old person means, it's like in sex, the prohibited is attractive, the authorized is boring. Can you believe it? Can you believe that? That's a reality. Oh yes, authorized. Devotees, they're supposed to have sex life only once a month. Well, I think hardly any of them follows it. But some do. Sometimes one devotee comes to me and says, this kid? I say, yes. Garbhadana samskar. We did all the Garbhadana samskar to have this kid. Chanting 50 rounds, everything prepared, the proper day, the proper this, the proper that, and look, here's the baby. And then you say, wow. The general birth in this world is a bottle of whiskey at Saturday night and a disturbed mind or something worse. No Garbhadana samskara.
And how ended up this little baby? How ended up? What's the result after a while?
How can you tell? Only Krishna can tell.
Again.
Every karma is incredible. If somebody is a product of Garbhadana samskara, he will be a great devotee.
But he was.
Huh?
He was a great devotee.
I'm just giving examples.
I said it was real.
I'm not. Yes, many times people have come to me and showed me a baby and said product of Garbhadana samskara. Not only one time.
And what happened with time?
Yeah, they're devotees.
After 20 years, 50, are they devotees?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
It's work.
Everybody has tests.
It works.
Everything works, which says in the Vedas. The Vedas are not speculating, but the amount of elements to be taken in consideration, there's also association. The karmic situations, they're so multiple. But the teaching of Srila Prabhupada, the teaching of Srimad Bhagavatam is 100% divine revelation. And you see, we're talking about how to go home back to Godhead, and what we are reading about the prince being completely carried away by an apsara. Now they say the apsaras, they're the most beautiful girls of the celestial world, of Indra Loka. We have enough apsaras here. There's plenty of apsaras. How many beautiful women are here in this world? Everywhere you see them. Their sweet smiles, their sweet voices, that everything is so. If we get a real apsara, well, then we would be probably even less capable of resisting. So, it's an extreme thing. It's a question. Do you want this or do you want that? Actually, very few people want to have a family. Because a family means really hard work. Hard work. And to make a family very successful, You really have to work hard. And the people, the majority of the people I know, they don't want to work very hard. So therefore, even if they're demigods, they're always attacked by the demons, so they have trouble also. But they say, so sex life without wanting to have a family, that is abominable. It will not, and I'm not talking here about the functions of the hormones, the hormone functions of the body. That is nothing. The hormone function of the body is equally like the sweet you eat. You know the sugar is not good, but on the tongue, some papri, wow, that's really some papri, no? And then some papri is gone within 2 seconds because some papri went down in your stomach, and now all the sugar is gonna do the damage. But that was a nice papri. The material world is like that, you know. So sense gratification, sex enjoyment is like a sampapri. It just comes, oops, juice gone. But so that's not, and you know, you can have sex pleasure without even having another person. It's just the material body functions to be pleasure giving. There's a kind of pleasure. The tongue gives pleasure, the eye gives pleasure, the ear gives pleasure. All the senses give pleasures and suffering. When you hear the sound of the speaker on the, what you call this, when the sound of
Acople.
huh?
And in Spanish it's acople.
When there's an acople, it's so torturing, no? No, there's got, well, it's sound. What's your problem? That's what we need to make a concert. Huh? So everything is like the duality. Pleasure is there and pain. Everything, pleasure, pain. So here Srimad Bhagavatam, I mean, this is just one shloka, no? Is teaching us, fall in love with God. But to fall in love with God, you have to become female. What? What? You have to become female? Well, what does that mean? I mean, the woke culture of today, they would be surprised to know the Vedic philosophy. Because in the woke culture, it's like, you want to be male or you want to be female, it's your freedom, you are free. Nobody can tell you, you must be a man. No, I feel like a girl. So, but this is the woke culture, the modern woke culture, the stupid culture. But Krishna culture is, we all want to become girls. Ooh. You what? You want to become girls? Even with a long beard? You want to become a girl? What's happening? Well, actually, we don't want to become girls. We want to become prakriti, enjoyable by our master. That our master may have full access to enjoying us. And that, like we say, male and female, dominating and dominated. That is macho embryo. And that is a kind of principle. And male vanity is the greatest opposition to devotion. It's like, Krishna, what's going on, Krishna? You with all these girls, don't have anyone for me? What about give me one of your girls? Can't you? You have millions of them. So then he says, yeah, no problem. Go to Durga, she'll give you what you want. That's exactly what happens. But when you want to go to Krishna, you have to see, Krishna, I'm your Prakriti. You can make with me what you want. You want to make me a brick in the wall of your temple, I'll be there happily being the brick in your temple wall. Because now I'm Prakriti. That is Shantaras. To be a brick in the temple wall is Shantaras. To be stepped upon as dust, as Braj Raj, that is Shantaras. To be a bamboo which they're going to cut and make a flute for Krishna. That's pretty good, no? He's going to kiss you. The gopis are envious of the bamboo. Because the bamboo is enjoying Krishna's kiss all the time, which they can rarely obtain. So the whole principle of wanting to be enjoyed, that is the surrender to the divine principle of love. But to be loved, to be utilized, to be giving, to be pleasure giving and not to be pleasure taking. So to take pleasure from another person, to extract pleasure from another person, that is male vanity. That is the disease. That is what keeps us crazy. That's what makes a man, after being married, wanting to enjoy other young girls. He's not satisfied. He wants to enjoy more. Shamelessly. And that's the principle of the material world. Everybody having their mistresses, they call it, no? The Bhagavatam is amazing, isn't it? This is such a... And today we got Radheshyam's blessing of this is the message today. Become a Prakriti. Become a pleasure giver. And that's when the work starts. A pleasure giver, he always works for the one he wants to give pleasure to. And that is called devotional service. That's why you start working in Krishna consciousness. Yes, Krishna, what you need? A new temple? Okay. Here's your new temple. What? Lala Babu. Krishna, you like a temple in Vrindavan? Here's the temple. Now what I'm going to sit in the door and begging. I'm not even having a room in my own temple. Just wanting to give pleasure, wanting to support the Supreme Lord's sweet will. Hard work. And that can be done as a brahmachari, as a grihastha, as a vanaprastha, and as a sannyasi. It's no problem. Not that you have to be a sannyasi to be a pleasure-giving person. No. Grihastha very perfectly can do it, but it's a little different, no? Because he has to create a personal economy, whereas the brahmachari, sannyasi, and vanaprastha have no personal economy. If you have a personal economy, I mean mine economy, then you're definitely a grihastha. I don't have my own economy. I manage certain amounts of funds to get the Vinda Kunja and this and that. No private economy. It's the nature of the sattvic lifestyle, of the Prakriti lifestyle. Now I live for the pleasure of Krishna, or what he wants me to do. And he wants you to work. Oh, no, I'm sitting and I'm chanting the pure holy name. Well, that's also work. It's not easy to do. Those who are chanting many rounds every day, sitting somewhere totally quiet and mind control. But if you cannot do that, I can't do it. I have to be active, I have to do things, I have to make drawings, I have to make plans, I have to talk to people, but only to please Krishna, not to please myself. Devotional service means you work to please Krishna. Prakriti means to be at plain disposal of Purusha. But Krishna is that kind of Purusha that he wants to please his Prakriti. Then you enter in the world of love. I finish my point here. Shabda is ready. Sri Sri Guru Gauranga Radha Braja Mohan Ki Jai. Srimad Bhagavatam. Quinto canto is lleno de esto. Quinto canto. Oi, this harmonium you have to fix today. I need a harmonium working. It's only this one thing. The experts, they do it in 1 minute. You chant, please.
Tamaham bayami